the Vancouver Canucks. First time a Canadian team has come to town for quite some time. Welcome, Avalanche fans. Luke Lombardi running the show to start this tonight. And I tell you what, if it feels like forever since the Avs last played a hockey game, it's because it has. It's been 5 days. And if it feels like forever since the Avs have been injury-free, that's true as well. Nathan MacKinnon now out 3 weeks. We'll see. The second most injury-filled team in the NHL thus far. Good news is the blue line is whole again. And for more on that, let's go upstairs. Peter McNabb and Mark Mosier, fellas.
All right, Vic, thanks so much. And Pete, we'll get to MacKinnon in just a moment because it's a big deal. But you are getting healthier, as Vic mentioned. Cale Makar, your #1 defenseman, back on the back end after missing some games. And Val Nichushkin, who's been out quite a while, is going to anchor the left wing on that second line.
Yeah, two really key guys. But the most important addition is Cale Makar because Taves came back last game. Now they get to put Makar and Taves back together. In my mind, top 2-3 defensive pairs in the National Hockey League. They'll play 29 minutes apiece. They'll be on power plays, 5-on-5. These guys together are as good as it gets in the National Hockey League, and the Avs need it. Now, what does Nichushkin bring? He is that 6'3", 220-pound dynamo up and down that left side on that second line with Burakovsky and Kadri. So all of a sudden, the Avalanche have a line with all kinds of different looks. You can't just sort of look at or look for Burakovsky. You got Nichushkin that you have to cover.
You certainly do. Well, the Avs will not have to worry about the Canucks covering Nathan MacKinnon tonight, Pete. He's out with a lower body injury, 2-3 weeks perhaps. But you do get help at center in the recently recalled Alex Newhook.
Yeah, with MacKinnon out of the lineup. And again, when they say 3 weeks, what does that mean? 9 or 10 games. The Avalanche, so that's a lot of time for the Colorado Avalanche to have people like Alex Newhook step up. He gets called up from the Eagles, and it's a situation where he is going to play on that third line. Last year when he played for the Avalanche, 6 games during the regular season, 8 more in the playoffs, he was on the wing. He's a natural center. And the thing most to watch tonight, he is a puck hound. And he's quick, and he gets on the defense in a hurry. That's what they'll be looking for from him in tonight's game.
All right, this Colorado Avalanche team looking to get it done as we get home to Ball Arena. It's Veterans Day. Welcome in, Colorado Avalanche fans. No MacKinnon, but the Avs are getting deeper and healthier on the back end and beyond. Stick with us because special ceremonies and the puck drop is next on Altitude. Beautiful look at Ball Arena on a fall day here in Denver, Colorado with Peter McNabb. I'm Mark Mosier. Avs and Vancouver Canucks ready to get it on tonight in front of the hometown crowd. Let's take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders presented by Holman Automotive.
Yeah, pair number ones. Thatcher Demko in nets for the Vancouver Canucks. Darcy Kemper back in nets for the Colorado Avalanche. Disappointing game last game against Columbus. He was so good for so long, but the Avalanche ended up losing that one. Look for him to be really good tonight.
Kadri line starts things out for Jared Bedard. We're underway as the Avs win the draw. Gets through Gerard back to his owner. Paired tonight with Bowen Byram. Ryan Murray getting the night off. Set ahead, Burakovsky will deflect that puck into the neutral zone. A two-hand bat by Kadri gets it in. Played by Demko, who's become the #1 with Vancouver, and he has played well. All the way up now. Horvat scoots it ahead. Hoglander tied up in the neutral zone. Nichushkin will send it right back in to the Canucks zone. It's been a long time since these two teams have seen each other. In fact, Vancouver hasn't been in Denver in almost 3 calendar years. Ekman Larsson rips it in, the former Arizona Coyote. First opportunity to see him in a Vancouver Canucks sweater tonight. JT Compher centering the top line. It's partially on the ice as Nichushkin is still out there. Landeskog will make his way out soon. Big Bell on the near side. Sweeps it through Pullman, and that puck is up and out. And now the captain will emerge from the Avalanche benches. There's Quinn Hughes. What a battle he had with Cale Makar for the Calder Trophy a couple of years ago. A very tight vote, but the Avalanche defenseman won it.
And he is the key. to this club, Vancouver Canucks, making the playoffs this year. The power play for them has been awful. But when he gets going, he can carry a power play.
Set ahead for Newhook, his first game back with the Colorado Avalanche. Walking in, centering pass, deflected away from Logan O'Connor. And this line should have a lot of energy. They've got O'Connor on one side of Newhook, and you've got Tyson Jost on the other. And Newhook was partially fanning on that one-timer in the circle.
On this line, Tyson Jost moves to the left side. Newhook in the middle. Now, remember last year when he came up for the Avalanche and played in the playoffs, he was a winger. And then you got O'Connor, who's been so good for the Avalanche on that right side.
And you mentioned in the pregame show, he's a natural center. That's where he feels most comfortable. And what a pass by Tyson Jost. Penalty coming up on the Vancouver Canucks. Up top, it's Girard with a long wrist shot. Never got through. And finally touched up by Connor Garland. But the Avs will go on the power play just over 2 minutes into the contest.
Vancouver penalty, 92, 2 minutes hooking.
This is exactly what you're looking for from your fourth line. Maybe you're not looking for some offensive production, but you want hard work, you want good hard play. They're in the middle, the transition of that first line, the third line, pardon me, and the fourth line. And Megna just gets hooked, but he brings on the power play for the Colorado Avalanche.
So Paul Colson is in the box. Avs on the power play. Landeskog will take the draw. The Avs just one power play goal on the home ice this season. Vancouver's penalty kill, though, has really been struggling to start the year as well as the Canucks clear it up and out.
They've allowed 14 power play goals in 13 games. That's tough to overcome.
Here comes Cale Makar, quarterback in the top unit, Burakovsky. Steers it off for JT Compher on the slingshot, and he'll work his way through the neutral zone. Burakovsky pumped it down the boards, but did not get it deep. It's an easy clear for Myers. Foot race back to the Avalanche end as Bailey is after it. Makar in the trapezoid tied up. Again, Vancouver's penalty kill numbers this season overall just 65%, 30th in the NHL. Dumped in by Landeskog. Demko's going to smother that puck to bring the face-off. All right, let's see what it's going to take to ensure the win, presented by AAA Insurance.
We'll be talking a lot about it. In my mind, one of the number one centers in the National Hockey, Nathan MacKinnon, probably out for 10 games, 9-10 games. But strong center ice play from the other guys and defensive pair chemistry. Finally, Coach Better has a chance to look at all 8 defensemen and pick the pairs he wants and the matchups he wants.
It's the first time the Avs top pair has been united all season long. Second unit is on for Jared Bednar as Devon Toews takes over. Brought ahead. That pass missed Kadri. Newhook batted it back to his own zone, killing off more time. The Avs are more than halfway through their first power play chance. Kadri turns on the Jets, pokes it ahead, finds Newhook into the circle in front for Kadri. What a save! Rebound! Score! Valeri Nichushkin cleans up between the circles in the low slot and rips it home. It's a power play goal, and the Avs have taken a 1-0 lead. How about Nichushkin right back into the lineup, right back scoring? What a terrific play.
Vermosh, Newhook makes the play. Watch the puck. Kadri's coming up the ice, moves it to Newhook. Watch him go to the outside, a little aerial across. You can't make a better pass. And then Nichushkin does what Nichushkin does. He drives with power to the net. You can't control this guy. He's just too big. So all of a sudden the Avalanche, Newhook comes up from the Eagles. He gets an assist. Nichushkin returns from the injured list. He gets a goal. And the Avalanche get a power play goal, something that's been hurting them this year. What a huge goal for the Avs.
For Val Nichushkin, his first goal of the season here in Game 2. So he's on the score sheet. A big early tally for this Avs squad, as we talked about. Only one power play goal and 16 opportunities on the home ice this season, and that's going to help buoy things, as in the neutral zone, Besser had it knocked away. Now the Canucks are on the move, given off on the far side. Push behind the Avalanche cage, and a roll to the captain, Gabe Landeskog, and he's on the march out of his own end. Head up as he finds the red line. Pullman will turn and chase, but Demko steers it off. That lead pass was intended for Besser, knocked down by Landeskog. Keeps it in the zone. Here he is. Tried to go across ice for Megna, who was just off the bench, but the Canucks clear it up and out. Avs with 4 early shots on goal. Right back in, it's Makar. Tried to turn it down in front. And again, Pullman with a nice job to react. Up to the point it goes. Magnus slides it far side, and the Avs will chug after it with Sherwood. Back to the near side. Cut down was Helm. Up the boards it comes as Taves had pinched in. Avs keep it in. This is the tenacity that perhaps was missing the last couple of games against Columbus. Right now the Avs all over the place in the offensive zone. Magna couldn't get that puck away. Penalty coming up on the Avalanche. Helm is going to go off for tripping as he got a hold of Juho Lammikko in the circle.
Well, let's have a look at a couple of things. First, the penalty. Helm is going to take the penalty down low, and again, Moj, how many times you said it, coaches don't like these kind of penalties. But here's the goal. Now, bad pass leads Kadri down, go all the way down. But on the right side, watch Newhook get it right here and then cut in. And as I said, he's a natural center. He's a good passer. You've got a couple of center icemen right there making a real nice play. Look at how Kadri presents himself. When he goes to the middle, stick on the ice, give it to me here. He gets it on net, and then Nichushkin from behind. Moj, you can't stop him. It's a title win.
Just a huge player. Quinn Hughes directs traffic. Sent toward the slot. Avs whack at that puck. They get it and send it all the way down. And Alex Newhook, again, got sent down to the Colorado Eagles. The Avs wanted him to work on things with Coach Cronin, and they did a wonderful job. And he gained a lot of confidence and feels really good about his game coming back. Pettersson up to Hughes, back to Elias Pettersson. Wrist shot, and that hit a body in front. Besser was standing right in front of Darcy Kemper, right around to the near side. Pettersson wanted to dish it out in front, taken away by Jack Johnson, and he'll send it 200 feet.
And you look at, we talked about the defensive pairs. Johnson and Johnson are now that penalty killing, stay at home, crush you defensive pair for the Avalanche.
Just a hard pair to play
yes,
against.
You bet.
Eric Johnson leads the Avs in hits with 23 on the season. To Bo Horvat, always so dangerous. What a start he's had. Pettersson walking into the circle. Down deep, swings it up top. It's Hughes. Finds the target. That shot blocked by Girard, chipped up, and it crawls up and out.
No, this power play has not been good for Vancouver. You can't figure out why.
It's so talented. That puck was kept in. Set down deep and deflected off the stick of Besser. To the half boards, here's Nichushkin, and he's able to get it out. And Val Nichushkin was missed in more ways than one with this Avs squad.
Well, you just saw it right there. Second part of the penalty kill after he was the second part of the power play and scored a goal.
Here come the Canucks. Ekman Larson feeds it ahead. Connor Garland absorbs a hit. Avs get to the loose puck, and Eric Johnson sends it down.
Boy, that's his spot. If you're going to come across that blue line with your head down just a little bit, here he comes.
Condor is going to bite you, or peck you, whatever Condors do. Park Colson rips it around to the near side. Power play for Vancouver almost over. Out of the box comes Helm. On the move is Bowen Byram. Bowen has a man in the slot, walks in front. Oh, and it was off the stick of Helm. He'll turn it into the circle, turns and shoots, and it's off the stick and wide. That's off of Demko at the post, and Vancouver tries to recover. All the way to the point for Bowen Byram, and he'll send it back down deep as the Avs complete a change.
What a great save, but what a play by Bo Byram jumping up, and just a perfect pass.
Helm didn't perhaps get as much of the redirect as he wanted on it, but what a push by Demko from his right to his left. Tyler Myers swings it off the glass. Pushed up, not out. Landeskog with the centering pass. Canucks got a hold of it, but the Avs get it back. Mikko behind the net. Rantanen works his way through traffic, finds Landeskog, cross-ice pass shot. Oh my goodness! What a save by Demko! It's Makar in the slot. A shooting lane, no shot, score! What a pass by Cale Makar! He finds the captain. Goal line extended left, and the Avs have a 2-0 lead for Gabe Landeskog, his 5th goal of the season, and that was pinpoint perfect passing.
Well, Moshe, when you're watching this, now they're not a pair for Bo Byram and Makar, but they were out there. Watch where they are as defensemen on this play. Here's the first play. There's Bo Byram down low, and just a beautiful save by Demko. And then there's another opportunity where the defensemen are down low, making plays. And then the goal comes just across, finds a perfect pass, and, I mean, through the seam. And so now you've got Makar joining the lineup, making that play. And, you know, all these little pieces, when they're there for the Avalanche, this is why they're so good.
Val Sends it ahead looking for Taves. Picked up by Burakovsky. He'll rim it in. Off the leg into the Vancouver end. Wrapped around to the near side. Poking at it is Besser. Avs can't keep it in. JT Miller, what a start to the year he has had for the Vancouver Canucks. 15 points on the young season with 6 goals and 9 assists. Cadley flips it through Pearson. Canucks will pick it up. So McCarr gets 1 assist. Mikko Rantanen gets another assist. And that's the first icing call of the game. And we'll bring it back down to the Vancouver end.
Well, let's take it back one more step. You've got Rantanen joining the team last game. You got McCarr joining the team this game. You got Nichushkin joining the team this game. You got Newhook being called up this game. And they 4 of the 6 guys that have been on the goals for the Avalanche.
Absolutely.
Again, when you're watching these plays, you could see the eyes of McCarr are all over. There were so many options, and he found the perfect one.
How about all the eyes that were on Cale McCarr by the Vancouver Canucks? Because when he's maneuvering the way he did, it's a scary thing. Horvat tried to send it up top. The Avs pick it away. Set ahead for Newhook, and he's on the move. Gives a foot off for Logan O'Connor. In, shoots, and it's blocked away. And a good play on the comeback by Rathbone. 2-on-1, and Rathbone sold out to deny that opportunity on net. In the corner, puck squirts free. Picked up by Vancouver. Pushed ahead by Hoglander, and it's into the neutral zone as Joe's got cut down.
But Moj, we were talking about Newhook being a puck hound. We saw it right there. He jumped up and he had the quick 2-on-1.
We're 9 minutes into this game, and Darcy Kemper hasn't touched the puck yet. 0 shots on goal for the Vancouver Canucks. Connor Garland, the former Coyote, onto his knees. Vancouver trying to battle forward here. Dickinson in the mix, the former Dallas Star. Here the officials urging the players to kick that puck loose. The crowd is now starting to get a little bit antsy. It's pinned. Still no whistle. Time winding down. About 20 seconds have been killed before we finally do get a whistle. And we'll take a timeout. 10:24 to go, period number 1. The Avs already with a 2-0 lead over the Vancouver Canucks. Val Nichushkin, welcome back to the lineup. And the captain, he just doesn't miss.
Here at Ball Arena, and you never know who you run into at this place, right? Look at this. Hello, young lady. Do you guys
Hi.
remember Lauren Jabbar? Does everybody remember Lauren?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like people forgot.
So can you tell us why you're in town?
I am in town because the Atlanta Hawks are playing the Denver Nuggets tomorrow, so we actually had a full off day here. Oh my God! It's like Christmas.
Oh my God! What a... Here, I mean...
I missed you guys so
What?
much.
Here, I'm gonna go watch a game.
Okay.
It's over.
What's up, guys? Back here at Ball Arena. I honestly, walking in today was so much fun. I don't have an IFB in, but Pete, Moj, hi, love you guys. Miss you.
LJ, love you too. Thanks for coming back to see us. I know you don't. That's okay. As Byram sends a shot down the slot. Save by Demko, not once but twice. Taken by Logan O'Connor. We'll comment more on Lauren momentarily, but the Avs right now dangerous every time in the offensive zone this evening as Byram gets it from Girard. Wrist shot and is saved by Demko. Well, this game could be about 4-0 right now, if not for Thatcher Demko making some unreal saves.
And the defensemen for the Avalanche are just turning it up tonight. They are in on every single play.
Fed into the near side. Ekman Larson rips it up ice. Hoglander had it tipped away from behind, and there is Bowen Byram. What a start he's had in his career. JT Compher picked up by Bowman as he tried to work his way down the boards. Landeskog now at the hashes. Immediately pinned. Out of the pilots, Mikko down deep. Puck is loose, and it's covered by Thatcher Demko, and will take another timeout with some pushing and shoving at the top of the crease. 9:20 to go in period number 1. The Avs with a 2-0 lead. Vancouver has yet to record a shot.
Well, for the Colorado Avalanche, Moj, I would have been all over, yes. Because I watched the Avalanche this week. They had an optional. They had no practice the first day they got back. Then they had an optional. And their practice was usually about 45 minutes, 75 minutes, and then 65 minutes the next day. They worked on the power play, and they worked on speed, and they worked on passing. They were ready for this game tonight.
And they really worked hard, and so much, in fact, that Jared Bednar said morning skate today is an optional.
Yep.
Do what you want to do, rest up, work out, whatever you want to do. You want to get on the ice, please do. But They really put some things together as it's sent ahead for Horvat with a stretch pass. Winds his way in and shoots, and there's the first save of the game for Darcy Kemper. Hey, Mountain Time is a cold, crisp, crushable lager from New Belgium Brewing in Fort Collins. Game time means it's Mountain Time, so go grab a case.
It's always interesting to talk to goaltenders. What do you do for 10 minutes, 11 minutes of ice time? Because that's about 22, 23 minutes of actual time. You're standing there. How do you keep yourself sharp? That is one of the real keys for goaltenders. We saw it last year when the Avalanche were, really controlling the play. They'd like to get back to that and have Darcy Kemper learn how to handle 6, 7, 8 minutes without a shot on goal.
You saw the numbers there against Vancouver. He's been highly successful. Pullman swings it far side. Hughes back to Pullman. Had it knocked away. Rantanen lost his twig as the puck is pushed by Comfort of the red line. But Darcy Kemper, even though those numbers are impressive, this is more impressive. He's 7-0-1 against Vancouver. Turnover shot, score! Mikko Rantanen takes advantage of the Vancouver miscue, and the Moose gets loose to rip it home for his 4th goal of the season. And the Avs have put it on the Canucks early in this one. They've got a 3-0 lead, 11 minutes and 10 seconds into the game.
Well, their goaltender's keeping them in a game, and then all of a sudden you make just a bad play. Now, again, you can say bad play, but what is Bo Byram doing there? He's reading the play, he's understanding the play, he's jumping up and he pokes the puck. Watch this, the puck goes like this. Now watch where Byram is. Bo Byram is a defenseman. He's the guy that should be back. No, he attacks the play. This kid is just, last year he had 19 games, he was injured, but this year he is just coming on. Just, Moshe, it's when you got Makar and you got Taves playing the way that he has, you got Girard, now you throw this kid in with that back two of Johnson & Johnson. It is a interesting defensive core.
Well, the head coach of the Canucks, Travis Green, called his team over to the bench and just gave them an earful a few moments ago. It's a 3-0 lead for the Avalanche. They've got a 10-1 shots advantage on the Vancouver Canucks, and they are hounding everything right now. Again, Darcy Kemper 7-0-1 since March of 2018 against these Canucks. Turnover again to Jones with a backhander, and it took a great blocker save by Demko to deny. Well, Thatcher Demko has given up 3, but Pete, he's also made about 5, 6 really great saves.
And the guy that I'm watching right now is Newhook, and watching why was he so successful in his, before joining the Avalanche? Why was he a first-round pick, 16th overall, the same year as Bo Byram? Because he is on that puck, he can skate, and he wants that puck.
His tenacity has been noticeable. You are correct about that. Megna has Myers on. A little bit of a size mismatch with Myers and anybody in this league, virtually anybody. On the near side, Dowling couldn't get that puck through the circle. Avs kick out. Back at by Ekman Larson. Problems 3. Here's Megna. Gets help from Darren Helm. Finally, it's Myers behind his cage. Flings it off the glass, and out it comes to the red line. Good job by Megna on the back check to sweep it off for Devon Taves.
Let's not forget that Megna drew the penalty that led to the first power play goal for the Avalanche.
And what he talked about today after Mornay's skate, he said, you know what, I'll do whatever it takes to stay in this lineup. I know I have to be relentless, and he has been as well. Set off a skate. Valanchuskin will chase after it. First 1-2 it, though, is Hughes. Flipped off for Pullman. Back to Hughes it goes, and through Cavalry it's sent to the Avs zone. Here's Bowen Byram. Byram with the only assist on the goal by Mikko Rantanen. Now it's Burakovsky to Kadri in the slot. Saved by Demko, and it's deflected up into the screen. And that was a quick shot by Nazem Kadri. How he got it to the forehand that fast, I have no idea.
Well, he's just playing really well right now. He's playing as well as we've seen him play. But you're seeing, again, for the Colorado Avalanche, you're seeing the defenseman be such a key when they come into the zone. Right there. Sam Girard just drives the net. When he drives the net, the two guys fall back. Comes back, does it hit him right in the
coconut, Pete?
Put the lime in the coconut. He's got to be going, what's going on?
Well, his guys in front of him have done him no favors here in this first period. Jeffrey back to Taves. Poked away by Garland. Colson steers it to the far side. Now behind the net. Canucks overskate that puck as Taves makes a beeline. Down to the ice, puck Colson. Dickinson trying to sweep it free. Up to the top of the circle. Picked up by Landeskog. Took a shot right there in the upper body from Myers. Mikko trying to wheel his way through bodies. Comes to Kupfer with his shot, and that missed far side. Eric Johnson at the point. Sends it through. Jack Johnson to Mikko down the slot. Another save by Demko. Right now the Avs just firing from all angles. 12 shots on goal for the Avs. Pettersson so dangerous. A dangle move into the slot and picked up by Johnson. Of Jet variety, not the Eric variety. While these two are a pair, we'll call Eric Johnson EJ so that you can decipher between the two. Burrow sweeps it. Dumped off the inboards. Side of the Avalanche net. It's poked behind the cage. Brock Besser rips it to the point. Blocked by Nichushkin, and he'll bring that puck through center ice. Burakovsky had it swatted. Kadri's on it. Ozim Kadri sends it down the boards, and here again is Bowen Byram deep in the zone. Takes the hit there from Besser. Gives it off for Burakovsky, and it's poked away. Canucks are on the move with Dowling to the Avalanche zone. They'll dump and chase.
And I'm watching Bo Byram do one thing so well. He'll go down deep, but he was the first guy back to help out defensively. That kid can absolutely fly.
On the near side, Bailey wanted to cycle it off, and there's a hit by Kadri on Pullman. So things getting physical as that puck is deflected into the benches, and a timeout is coming your way. 4:52 to go, period number one. The Avalanche have already broken it open. They've got a 3-0 lead, and Ozim Kadri playing the lumber. Presented by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks.
Well, the Avs 20-5 in their last 25 home games. The record against Vancouver. Remember that first playoff year, Moshe? How great was that? Oh my God, the intensity of that series.
I think people forget, Pete, it's so long ago, but that was a good series.
Oh, it was 2-2 coming back here, and Vancouver was ahead. I mean, it had everything. Coach Quinn calling a marshmallow defense for the Avs. Oh my God, it was just. But you started to get a feel for what that original Avalanche club was going to be all about.
Oh, absolutely. Here come the Canucks. Outlet finds the target. Slammed in by Dowling, far side to Nieder. Avs get a stick on it with help, but he's pinned. Back into the corner it goes. Couple of checks there by Megna. That one slips through Jack Johnson. Sent in front, batted away, and a good play by Megna to whack that puck out of midair in front of his goalie.
Well, that's what you got to do. When you're on that fourth line, you got to make sure you make those plays.
Taves chips Dowling away from that puck. O'Connor threw it off a stick as Connor Garland seemed to be everywhere. Last time we saw Connor Garland, he was in a Coyote sweater. That shot blocked away by Elm. Canucks with a tenacious shift now. Hughes all the way to the point. Into the corner it goes for Garland. Back to Hughes. Long wrist shot, never got through. Puck lays in front. And now Newhook will find the boards. Avs get it to the point, can't get it out. Saved by Darcy Kemper. Now it's off the glass and kicked across the red line. Down to the final 3.5 minutes of period at number one. The Avalanche with a 3-0 lead. Out shooting Vancouver at this point, 11-2. Could not have asked for a better start. Having Nathan McKinnon on the shot. McCarr, long pass up to Landeskog at center ice. Here comes the captain. Throws that puck through Myers as Pearson takes over and pokes it near side. Pursuing JT Compher. Down the boards goes Byram. Took a stick in the face. No penalty is called, and Bowen Byram is down on the ice. Oh boy, gonna get a look at that one again here coming up. He's back on his skates, but he's bent over at the waist, heading back to the Avalanche bench. Here's Pearson down the right wing. A scissor move and a shot, and a blocker saved by Kemper. And Bowen Byram is going straight to the Avalanche dressing room as Darcy Kemper saves that puck the right side of his crease.
Let's watch this play against number 4, Bo Byram for the Avalanche.
Oh, an elbow right in the face.
I mean, watch the right elbow of Bo Horvath. And it's one thing to get elbowed. It's another thing to get elbowed by Bo Horvath, who is 6'2", 220 pounds. And Moshe, you don't get it any more in the button than that.
right in the mouth. Comes to Burakovsky. We're just talking about what a great start Byram has had. That faceoff will take place in the neutral zone. There is Horvat. This season, he's got 10 points with 5 goals and 5 assists.
How about this stat from last game? They lost the last game 3-2. But there was 48 faceoffs in that game. He took 30. 48. He took 30 of the faceoffs of the Vancouver Canucks.
Well, Travis Green says, hey, anything important? Not Pettersson, not you. We're going to go to 53. That puck is swatted down the boards by Miller. The Avs get a hold of it. Burakovsky in one-on-one on Hughes. Burakovsky trying to get a hold of that puck. Behind the net to himself. Couldn't get it on the backhand. Pullman tied up by Nichushkin. Burakovsky is also in the mix. Battery waited at the half boards, and that puck is swung far side, and Johnson chugging after it. Avs get to it, dump to the near side. Played by Burakovsky. Under 2 minutes to go in the first. Finally, Pullman able to scoot it up and out. Pettersson dumps it in. He's going to go off on a change. The Avs saw Vancouver's top line, but spent most of that shift in the Vancouver end. Here comes Taves through center ice. That puck is lobbed in with the backhand. Is turning and chasing is Rathbone. All the way to the left point. Taves steers it back down deep. Taken by Tyson Jones. He took a hit right along the end boards as Burrows got a hold of it. Into the trapezoid. Coming away with it now, Vancouver. Outlet finds the target. Ripped by Lamico to the Avalanche end. Picked up by the Canucks. Top of the circle is a shot deflected wide by Dowling. That scoots through him. Into the far corner. Knocked down to the ice was Rathbone as he activated. Now it's Taves. Avs just want to get it up and out as Newhook has emerged from the bench. Tips it on net. Now he'll go right back as Jared Bednar gets the guys on that he wants. The top line for the final minute of this period.
Yeah, be strong, take it in, 3-0. Vancouver's starting to show a little something in this game. You don't want them to get one.
Off of Eric Johnson and into the Vancouver bench. The faceoff will be in the neutral zone. There is Mikko Rantanen. There is Gabe Landeskog. And again, they've got a new center tonight. It's JT Compher with McKinnon out of the lineup. And the Avs have goals from Landeskog and Rantanen without McKinnon in the lineup.
And the big key for me, for JT Compher, this is a real opportunity. This won't be a 1 or 2 game audition unless, you know, they decide to shift up the lines. But the key is he's
down low, back in off the post. What a play by Hoglander as he raced to that loose puck and flipped the backhand, and it almost went in. Sorry about that, Pete, you're right. So this is an opportunity for him to really get some minutes up there.
And you want to get an opportunity to play with those two guys when you're really playing well. And Compher's 5 goals lead the Avalanche. He's really playing well.
Taken away by Vancouver. Final 9 seconds of period number 1. Myers scoots it up ice, dumped by Pearson in, but it's gloved down by Jack Johnson, and that's going to do it. 7 different Avalanche players with a point in the first period. They've got a 3-goal lead.
They did everything right. The only downside was Bo Byram getting hit high and going to the locker room.
At the end of 1 period of play here at Ball Arena, it's the Avalanche 3 and the Vancouver Canucks 0. You're watching Colorado Avalanche hockey on Altitude. Coming up after the break, stay tuned. You've got Kyle and you've got Riker, and here comes the intermission report as Nazem Kadri Sportsbook. Bet live now with the only top-rated sportsbook app that matters. And by First Bank. For over 56 years, First Bank has always rooted for the home team. First Bank, banking for good. Member FDIC. Getting ready for period number 2 at Ball Arena. Peter McNabb and Mark Mosier. Avs with a 3-0 lead.
And as good as any player for the Avalanche in that first period, Bo Byram. Absolutely tremendous. Jumping up in the play, making plays. You know, great assist on Rantanen's goal. And then right at the ends, as we see him just making these plays, here's the goal right here by Rantanen. Great poke check. But here is the hit that took all the, to me, it takes all the spark out of that first period. The Avalanche are up 3-0, but Bo Byram did not return.
No, he did not. Not on the Avalanche bench. So we'll keep you updated as soon as we get official word. Here are the Geico stats for bundling made easy. Go to geico.com. As Horvat tried to wrap around. Again, I'm not thinking that Horvat's certainly trying to put an elbow into Byram's head, but it's the way it worked out along the half boards. Kadri with a wrist shot and a save by Demko in his catching glove. Nazem Kadri with a little discussion with Bo Horvat before the faceoff.
Yeah, I mean, Horvat is the one. I mean, the elbow came right up into Bo Byram. And I mean, here's the hit. Watch the right elbow. Horvat's trying to say, I didn't do it. Watch. Bang. No, he didn't really look. But, you know, even so, one of your teammates goes down.
The Avs can't keep it in after the draw. You see Kadri talking back on the bench. Horvat on his as well. Kemper steers it aside for Taves. He'll rip it up the boards and out. And now Ekman-Larsson delivers off for Myers. Here's Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Spent his entire career as an Arizona Coyote. Now a Vancouver Canuck. That puck gets loose back to the Vancouver zone. And Ekman-Larsson trying to outrace JT Compher. Landeskog with a steal. Saved by Demko. The captain came flying into the zone and was unabated to the front of the net. Set in front, tipped away by Cale Makar. Then again, Pete, it's just one of those things, too, with Byram out. That blue line healthy for the first time this season tonight.
Just won't end, Mo.
And after one period, Byram gets hit in the face, and that's it.
You got 5 guys return in the last couple of games, so you're all excited. And McKinnon's up. And now, well, we're not going to play doctor, but, you know, you just got to keep your fingers crossed.
Absolutely. Dickinson. Big, strong. Trying to shield away from Sam Girard. Good stick move there by Girard. Knock that puck free. Bangs it ahead for O'Connor. Outlet pass right to Jost, and he's ridden off by Pullman in a good defensive play by the Vancouver defenseman. Besser with a two-hand chop clears the zone. So Eric Johnson will now skate with Sam Girard on the back end. And he's going to stay on the ice as Jack Johnson has emerged. Down to the ice goes Quinn Hughes in the Vancouver zone, and he's trying to find his stick. Sent ahead for Sherwood. Given off for Megna. Walks in. Down for Sherwood. And the redirect is stopped by Demko.
Now this fourth line for the Avalanche. I watched him in practice. And Megna, I mean, he played 58 games with the Vancouver Canucks in 16-17, I believe. He's a good, solid American Hockey League call-up 13th forward for the Avalanche. And it's just a nice play right there. They drew that first penalty that led to the first goal for the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, how close was that? And Sherwood, I've watched his release. Sooner or later, Moshe, I'm telling you, he's going to break out. Because he one-times that puck as well as anybody.
You and I were at practice. Johnson with a bomb and a save by Demko. You and I were at practice the other day, and he's just snapping it into the back of the net. Eric Johnson, everywhere so far tonight. At the half boards, able to turn it to Helm. Cut off there by Rathbone with a good defensive play. You saw Sherwood, that deft little redirect, tried to find the 5-hole, and he did past the pads, but couldn't get it past the legs of Thatcher Demko. Avs out shooting the Canucks 16-3. Turnover. Burakovsky saved by Demko. Right on the shoulder as Taves rips it to the far side. Kadri goes up top with it. Then Chushkin shields away. Shot by Taves wide of the net. Another shot by Girard, and that puck was rolling on him. And right now the Avs firing from everywhere as Vancouver sends it all the way down to the Avalanche zone. Icing is waved off.
And one of the things we talked about was defensive pair chemistry. Well, you're not going to get that tonight. If you're down to 5 defensemen, everybody's going to play with everybody.
Here is Kadri. Steers it down deep, wide of Nichushkin, and Big Val, who's got a goal tonight. Couldn't send it up high in the zone as the Canucks got a skate on it. Connor Garland pokes it through. Myers all the way to the red line, and Miller. But Colson will work it in and shoot. A glove save by Kemper. Saw it the entire way.
For the Colorado Avalanche, coming off a game where they allowed 42 shots on goal in a disappointing loss to Columbus. They have come out tonight, and this is what we expected defensively. You know, you watch the team last year, and you watch the team this year. The defensive zone, I think, has been disappointing. Because this is the way that we expected. They've four shots on goal for Vancouver. They've been skating, they've been moving, and they didn't play yesterday. So this is just a really good defensive performance.
Good play by McCarr. Here's Landeskog weaving through the corner, and he sends it up for Jack Johnson. Bump for Mikko and snapped into the zone off a stick. To echo your sentiments, Pete, we talked about it in the pregame show that Last year, the team was just connected with the forwards and the defensemen, especially in the defensive zone, and they held possession of the puck a lot longer than the opposition. That's going to create less shots on goal. This year, just disjointed and not as nearly as much puck possession, and so it's been a lot looser.
But a lot of guys in and out of the lineup.
Yep.
And a lot of new faces for the Avalanche. You know, you got guys paired together. The whole fourth line is brand new. It's not Belmar, it's not Caliber. It's a brand new line, a brand new group for the Avalanche.
Pullman gives it up. Here comes Hughes. Snaps it ahead off Dickinson's stick, and it hit the linesman just inside the Avalanche blue line. The Avs have had 29 skaters, 29 different skaters appear in the lineup this season. Last year they had 39 as a whole the entire year. Newhook tied up by Dickinson, 18 on 18, size difference. Besser wants to ram it to the point and does. Pushed back down deep by the Canucks and Pullman. Avs everywhere right now. Besser throws it right through the top of the crease. Dickinson ridden off that puck. It's loose though. Besser tried to give it up. Couldn't do it. Here comes Pettersson with his shot. He missed the net. To the point, Pullman. Back down the boards. Dickinson got a stick on it. Avs right now caught in their own zone a little bit. Can't clear the zone finally. Here's Eric Johnson. Sends it out right back in as Dowling. EJ has to rub it out along the inboards. Lamico couldn't put it up top. All the way to the red line, and it's dumped in by Newhook.
That play by Newhook right there shows how he's developing. In years, or in months past, or the last time we saw him, he probably tries to force that. He's tired. Dump it in, get off the ice.
Comes back in. Bailey sends it right through the low slot to the near side in stride. It's Sherwood. Down the wing on Burrows. Here's Kiefer Sherwood. Couldn't put it on net. Hard waits. Into the corner it goes. Easy stolen away by the Vancouver Canucks, so we're getting word that Bowen Byram will not return to tonight's contest. So that's bad news for the Colorado Avalanche. What a start he had tonight.
Yeah, because it was a head injury last year that kept him out and only allowed him to play 19 games for the Avs.
We'll take a timeout as the Avs are offside, bringing that puck into the zone. Here we are, period number 2. The Avs still with a 3-0 lead.
Pause in the action presented by PetSmart. The Avs leading the Canucks 3-0 in the second period. And it is Veterans Day. A couple days ago, this veteran celebrated his 100th birthday. Major David Howie, Army Major David Howie. He was drafted in 1942, saw action in Italy, lives now in the Denver area, and Avs representatives, including Bernie, went out and greeted him for his birthday. 100 years old, guys. Happy Veterans Day.
Absolutely amazing. As brought ahead by Miller, leading scorer on the Canucks. Staying with that puck on Cadley. Thank you so much for your service, Major Howie, and to all of you veterans out there, thank you so much. Saved by Darcy Kemper. Puck is loose. Avs can't get to it. Swatted at by Cadley, who'll finally push it up and out. I've had such a great honor, Peters, you know, to befriend and travel with so many World War II veterans. And just an amazing, amazing thing.
You've done just an absolutely incredible job. There must have some really, really great stories.
Oh yeah. That is for sure. Horvat, long shot, missed the net. Down the boards goes Quinn Hughes. Tipped in front. Good read there by Burakovsky. Avs will turn it up ice, trying to pick up some momentum. Sent in by Cadley wide of the cage. Landeskog couldn't get there before. Demko did, and now with the headman pass steered right to Pearson. Into the Avs zone. Whips it off. Pullman with a shot and a save by Kemper with a blocker. And Vancouver starting to apply the pressure. Another shot and a save by Darcy Kemper.
Since the last 3 or 4 minutes of the first period and into this second period, they're starting to get their offensive game together. They're not scoring goals right now, but when they're on, they're as explosive as any club.
Avs steered back to their own zone. McCarr up to Landeskog. He'll deflect it in, and the Avs will complete their change. Here comes the Newhook line onto the ice. Hit laid by O'Connor. Back to the Avs zone, turning and chasing now Jack Johnson. The Avs playing with 5 defensemen after the first period injury to Bowen Byram. This could be an icing call. It will be on the Colorado Avalanche. Hey, score $100 and a Colorado Avalanche jersey when you open a qualified KeyBank checking account by December 31st. Visit a KeyBank branch or key.com/Avalanche.
Well, it seems like the Avalanche aren't playing a lot. They're not. They have played 10 games, fewest in the Western Conference. They play nothing tomorrow, but then San Jose, and then 3 more days off.
It's so weird. And you know what? I think the Avs will take it with the injuries to McKinnon. And we'll see about Bowen Byram. But you want to find, hockey players are creatures of habit. You want to find that rhythm.
You want 3 a week at least. 4 a week, you're starting to press it, but 3 a week. Keep that rhythm going. It's always best when you're playing and you get your routine.
Tyson Jost able to track down the loose puck, turns the Jets on, hit on the near side, and a good play by Rathbone. Nice rub off. Here's McCarr. Couldn't get a lot of wood on it. Canucks already on the counter attack. Rathbone will snap it in. They have started this period out shooting Vancouver 5-1. Now 5-5 in the second period. Joe's got a stick on that one as Demko puts it aside. And again, Thatcher Demko has given up 3 goals in this game. But if you're just joining us, he's also made about 6 really good saves. Ekman Larsson with a long dump to the front of the net, a save by Darcy Kuemper. It's time for tonight's Taco Bell take.
And this is just an absolutely wonderful number when you're looking at Logan O'Connor. Now, he just has 1 goal, absolutely. But from moment 1 of this season, he has been on the puck. He's been hunting the puck. When he's had the opportunity, he's been shooting. And I've seen him in practice, Moj. He has a really good shot. And, I think it's a kind of situation. He's got a couple of shots tonight, and he's got to keep doing that. You can get frustrated because you've only got that 1 goal, but keep shooting it because he's got a good shot and he's getting the opportunity.
Eventually they'll have to go in as Nichushkin chases into the Vancouver zone, wanted to dish up top, but lost it off the end of his blade. McCarr picks it free from Pearson. Chased, and Pearson almost blew a tire trying to track down McCarr.
You see the footwork on that one?
Amazing. Mark Roycroft is going to have kittens during the intermission. That puck is deflected up into the stands on the far side.
He was on, there's obviously 2 edges on each skate. It was like he was on all 4 edges, each one of the 4 edges at one particular time on that move. Shifting back and around, and the guy ends up about 20 feet away from him. But is it nice to have him back in the lineup for the Avalanche? And that defensive pair, now it's going to be scrambled tonight. But if Taves and McCarr, you talk to people around the league, there's something that they're jealous of.
Oh, yeah. Dump back in by Vancouver. Besser on Jack Johnson. The veteran whips it ahead for JT Compher, and he'll just dump it out of the zone. It's got to be regarded as one of the top pairs in the league. I mean, Jared Bednar, nothing but praise for Devon Taves on both sides of the puck. And, of course, we all know what Cale McCarr can do. EJ now. Skates that puck up. Sends it ahead for Landeskog.
Moj, I like to listen to the players talk about other players. And the defensemen, other defensemen will talk about how safe Taves is with the puck. When he gets it, nothing bad ever happens.
Right side of the crease, that puck is smothered by Thatcher Demko. Avalanche fans, we'd like to thank all of those that helped out and supported the Denver Rescue Mission tonight with the Do All You Can food drive. Canned food and monetary donations were collected outside Ball Arena tonight for the annual Do All You Can food drive. It's all presented by King Soopers. Donors received a voucher for tickets to a future home game while helping the Denver Rescue Mission with their holiday needs. So everybody who contributed, thank you very much. We definitely appreciate it. Back inside, far circle for the draw. Newhook does not win. Burrows off the glass. Gerard trying to keep it in. Got a little assistance from Newhook. Along the inboards. Puck is whacked free. Newhook after it. Up to the point for Gerard. He'll push it back down deep. Had nowhere to go. And the Canucks bump it off to the near side. Avs keep it in. It's Newhook. Gives it off. Tyson Jost couldn't pull the trigger. I think he thinks that Newhook was going to shoot that puck. And it went into his skates. Flicked around by Burrows. There's Connor Garland. I think the last time we saw Garland, he and McKinnon had an altercation, if I'm not mistaken. Tyson Jost still out there. Turning and peeling. Wants to dish off. Takes it himself up top. Drops it off. Here comes Girard. Top of the circles with a shot. He missed the net. That was a terrific look, though. Back to Taves. Far circle, Girard. Looks in. Tried to center it. Score! Logan O'Connor took a bouncing puck, and he bats it by the outstretched catching glove of Demko. His second goal of the season. The Avs have taken a 4-0 lead. And Pete, just like you talked about, keep shooting and you will receive.
Go to the right spot. Now, this is not one of those really quick shots that he has. Logan O'Connor, this is being in the right spot at the right time. But what the Avalanche defensemen do is they widen things out. Look where Girard is. They got to come all the way across, and then that gives them time to move that puck down low. And Sam Girard tonight is having, in my mind, one of his best games of the season. You know, he started off a little slowly, then he got rocked, and now he's been back a couple of games, and he has been good tonight.
Yeah, he certainly has been. And that puck was bouncing. It was on a one-hopper to O'Connor, and they got it out of midair and was able to bat it past that catching glove. And we have an icing call on the Avs with 8:44 to go here in period number 2. Let's take another look at what transpired.
Well, Logan O'Connor just in front of the net. Puck comes across. It's going to hit a Vancouver Canucks stick right there and bouncing through. And Logan O'Connor just one-times it. And Logan O'Connor motion, when we started the season, I'm telling you, he was like the 12th, 13th forward when you looked at the depth chart. Meaning he would be in or out of the lineup. Then all of a sudden he was, he was a solid 12, then 11, then 10. Now he's a top 9 forward, and he ain't going anywhere in the lineup.
Here's a long shot deflected wide by Dickinson. He'll turn it. Trying to go off the back of Kemper. For Devon Taves, he got the second assist. The primary assist to Sammy G, and for Devon Taves, that's his first point of the year. And this is second game back. Dickinson pops it up for Pettersson. There's some skates to Hughes at the point. Right point, Pullman waiting for somebody to emerge, and it's Pearson. And up trying to get their cycle going. That shot went off the side of the net. Besser the only one to it. Pearson with a shot again off the side of the net. Kemper would not give up the post. Digging at it is Megna. Sherwood had it batted away. Johnson trying to maneuver with his body and shield. Canucks can't keep it in. Back down to the Vancouver zone. The Avs will get 5 fresh skaters on the ice.
Certainly. This is Vancouver's not scoring right now, no question. But this is a talented group, and the Avalanche just aren't letting them sort of throw that puck around and create the offensive chances we've seen them do in the past.
Here's Eric Johnson. Back to Taves. Rammed up now for Kadri. Back in it goes as Demko will play it with the paddle. Very patient as the Canucks netminder. To the point, EJ. Threw it off the stick. Kadri fighting for that loose puck. Each team has taken one minor penalty in the game. The Avs did score on their power play chance. Vancouver did not. Burakovsky had it in his skates. Will cuff it up top for Taves. Now it's Johnson with a one-timer, and it is saved by Demko. To the half boards it goes, and Höglander will just scoop it to the backhand and bring it ahead. Dumped into the Avalanche zone as the Canucks will now get a change.
There's only 5 of them, and sometimes you'll ask your defenseman to stay back when you drop down from 6 to 5. They're not doing that right now, Moj.
Miller sends it in. Canucks are onside. JT Miller over there with Garland. Puck is pinned. Now it comes free. Have swat at it, and they get it out. Ekman Larsson turns it up ice. And now we have an offside play on the Canucks. And we have a pause in the action. 6:22 to go here, period number 2. The Avalanche with a 4-0 lead. Logan O'Connor is second of the year. Stores donate $100 to youth hockey. Tonight we congratulate the Highland Hills 16 and under AA team, winners of the 2021 Silver Stick Tournament a few weeks ago in January. It will mark the second time this team has gone to the National Silver Stick Tournament in Port Huron, Michigan. To learn more about amateur hockey throughout Colorado, please visit co.hockey. All right, let's go downstairs and check in with Vic Lombardi. Vic.
Marcus, the Western Conference champions are in the house tonight. Those are the Colorado Rapids, fresh off their championship over the weekend. First Western Conference crown in franchise history. They finished strong. 16 straight unbeaten games at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. And right now, This team is on a hot streak like no other. They will play a first-round bye, but then they play on Thanksgiving Day at Dick's. They will host that game. So we talk about the Avs having to wait 5 days between games. Can you imagine nearly 3 weeks until you can play again?
No, not at all. We talked to head coach Robin Fraser this morning, Vic and myself, on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. And going to try to keep his team fresh. Some inter-squad stuff. Dickinson couldn't wrap it around. But what a tremendous season for the Rapids. That shot never got through. It lays in the slot. Another shot by Besser off a leg. Vancouver doing all they can right now to try to get back in this one. But what a season by Coach Fraser and those Colorado Rapids.
And they weren't supposed to be this good at the start of the season. I remember listening to you guys talk about it. But boy, when they turned it on, it was just one impressive game after another. And how much fun was that to be them? And to have to watch and see other games around the league and guarantee that you win first place. How much fun must that have been, pardon me, to be in that locker room, be together when that all came together.
Well, you had a blowout win against LAFC, but then the word they're on the field, the word starts to trickle in.
Yeah.
Okay, we could do it because they needed a tie from one other team and a loss by another team, and it all happened. They grabbed the #1 spot in the bye week. And now there seems to be some discussion down on the ice as we look at the Rapids enjoying themselves here at the Colorado Avalanche contest. And that faceoff will be, it looks like, at center ice. They were at the, Canucks brought it in, but offside. And seems to be some consternation. We'll do it at center ice as Magna comes out. Canucks win it. Rathbone jams it up ice. Swatted in by Dowling, played by Kemper. Goes back into the corner. Jack Johnson took a skate right along his right leg. Twisted him around. Stick might have got in there as well. Penalty coming up. Johnson returns the hit. It's going to be, I think, a boarding penalty. His body starts to collect on the far side. Johnson took that hit in the corner. I think the stick got down inside of his legs as well, and then offered a little payback.
Right, payback on somebody else, because it wasn't Dowling that hit him initially. But the one thing about Jack Johnson, Moshe, when you look at him, like, he doesn't look maybe that big, but he is so thick and so strong. And right there, Dowling, I mean, he just fires him in. There's no question that they were going to call that one.
Referee trying to tell the crowd.
2-minute minor penalty for boarding.
So it is a boarding penalty. The referees tonight are Gord Dwyer and Chris Schlenker.
Well, the power play for the Avalanche has a goal tonight, but it has not been that good. But, you know, you can start getting that goal again. But the penalty killing, Moshe, has been good of late. And for the Colorado Avalanche, when you don't have one, you really need the other. And the penalty killing has sort of kept them afloat in the specialty team area.
To echo what you say, they've killed off 15 of the last 16 opponents' power plays. And we'll have to do it again here. Incidentally, the Avs this season, they've had 2 times where they've scored 3 or more goals in the first period. The first time was against Chicago opening night. And now here you go against Vancouver this evening. Brock Besser sends that puck into the Avs zone. Here's EJ. Able to send it all the way down the ice and took a hit from Miller. Yeah, Jack Johnson, he comes to the Avalanche on a PTO. And all he's done is be incredibly reliable on the back end for Jared Bednar. And he's that thick presence back there. Hit by Eric Johnson on Miller, returning the favor, but Hughes walks it straight away and shoots. Saved by Kemper and turned out by the Avs. Smart play by Devon Toews.
And Devon Toews, we saw it last year. Not so much McCarr killing penalties, but Devon Toews, power play second unit and killing penalties. I mean, he is so versatile for the Avalanche.
Sent back to Horvat. That pass was off target. Now it's Miller through center ice. The Avs zone immediately challenged. Flips it far side. Pettersson got loose. Throws it up top, but nobody home with the point for the Canucks. And so right now, the Avs kill, making things disjointed for Vancouver.
Gotta go.
Almost halfway through the penalty kill for the Avs. It's their second of the contest. Pettersson cut down far side, and that puck is loose. Back on his skates, Eric Johnson trying to help out Girard. Sammy G flips it near side, but it goes right to Miller. Hughes gives it up. Gets it back and went right through his right skate. Tried to nonchalant that one a little bit and it went right through him. Besser working it in. Steers it down deep and a little bit too far in front of Höglander. Pullman finds Ekman Larsson. Besser has stayed on the ice. Ripped up top and it's out of the zone. So right now you can see the Canucks are just a little bit off.
Yeah, they went home and they played their first 6 games on the road and they were 3-2-1. They went home and went 2-4-1 because they couldn't score.
Back in comes Vancouver. 10 seconds to go on the kill for the Avs. Darren Helm brings it ahead. He bumps it to O'Connor. Logan O'Connor is in. Sends it far side shot. Score! Darren Helm with a short-handed goal. And the Avs have busted it wide open. It's a 5-0 lead. O'Connor used the speed. A perfect pass to the far side, and Helm delivers the goods.
They're quick 2-on-1. But I'll tell you, Darren Helm can fly. But look at Logan O'Connor just moving up the ice. The Vancouver Canucks players are trying to get back. That was just an unreal pass back against the floor. Watch him underneath the stick. Back to Helm coming in. What a play. What a goal earlier and now a pass by Logan O'Connor for the Avalanche. And Helm picks up his 2nd of the season.
2-point night for Logan O'Connor. Mikko Rantanen has one as well. Power play now over as Jack Johnson is out of the box. For the Avs, that's their 2nd shorthanded goal this season. And really, if it's not JT Compher scoring the shorthanded goals, you wonder, well, who's it going to be? Now it's Darren Helm. Played by Kemper. Picked up by the Canucks and Bailey. Justin Bailey ridden off. Flip to the far side. Oz and Kadri can't get there. So it's Helm from O'Connor at 16:32. The Avs with a 5-0 lead. Puck is pinned to the left skate. Rammed up to the point. Burrows turns it back down deep. Bailey with a shimmy move away from Darcy Kemper. Tate wrenching. Lamico has it pinned. Makar into the mix. Finally, it's Kale. That pass broken up. Nice play there by the Canucks. Bouncing puck. Burakovsky has to save the day. Headman bump finds Nichushkin. Big foul rips it off for Kadri. Naz and Kadri surveys. Sends it rink wide for Girard. Behind the net, Girard deep. Couldn't hang on to that one. That outlet missed Pearson. This should be an icing call, and it will be. It's time for The Future is in Your Hands, presented by the Ballhorn Corporation.
Well, Mark, this is the future of hockey. It really is. These two guys, Quinn Hughes, Cale Makar. You know, you go back, way back, and the defenseman didn't jump into play. Then Bobby Orr came along, Paul Coffey came along, Brian Leetch came along. But you have to have one of these guys now to set the tone offensively. And these two young guys are awesome.
Yep, they really are. Oh. Again, that Calder battle was epic. Long shot, Girard, and is saved by Demko off the whole way. Top line out for Jared Bednar. Sports out of the pile. Burrows will give it up now with Pearson. The former LA King dumps it in, gives chase. Stood up by EJ. Compher gives it right to Horvat, though with the hashes. Hughes. On his sidestep, Landeskog. Down the boards he comes. Jack Hughes' brother, of course, is injured in New Jersey. And Quinn, what an outstanding start to his National Hockey League career. Nico trying to bust through on Pullman. Avs getting a change as Rantanen couldn't keep that play alive. Dished off for Dickinson, and it comes. Jack Johnson. On him is Besser. Makar bangs it to the near side. Taken by Tyson Jost. He'll flip it up and out.
1 minute remaining in the
You heard Alan Roach. Less than a minute to go here in period number 2. The Avs with 2 goals in this period. 10 shots on goal. Vancouver with 9. The Avs have the 5-0 lead. Besser tried to go back to Ekman Larsson. That play did not work. It's turned ahead for Alex Newhook. To the red line, he'll dump it in as Jost gives chase. Tyson Jost with Myers on it. Knocked away. O'Connor. Did not chase down the loop puck. Todd Colson, the center ice and Besser flipped in. Todd Colson is there. Good coverage by Devon Taves in the back check. Cut down by O'Connor. Steers it up now. Nazem Kadri's in 1-on-2. Kadri in the front, saved by Demko. And a quick little flip, and that may have hurt Myers, who lost his stick. And Tyler Myers, we see Kadri right here is on the near side, was holding his wrist, but he appears to be okay.
And before the game, there were 7 forwards for the Avalanche in tonight's game that had a grand total of 3 goals. Tonight, Logan O'Connor has 1. Helm has 1. Nichushkin has 1. So they've doubled that number. And that's what the Avalanche need. With Nathan MacKinnon out of the lineup, you need that secondary scoring.
Draw far circle. Brandon tried to get the shot off, couldn't get it through. A pop Taves one-timer, and he scores! It might have been deflected, but Devon Taves dials it up from long distance. And the Avs, with 5.4 seconds left in the second, have a 6-0 lead. For Devon Taves, it's going to be his first goal of the season to go along with a previous assist tonight. The Avs are lighting up the Vancouver Canucks.
Well, right now, the defensemen for the Colorado Avalanche are just doing it. Gerard's going to get an assist. Taves going to get a goal. We saw all the plays that were made in that first period. And it's been a relatively even period where the Avalanche have just turned it on. And this is what we were talking about, Moshe. They're a better shooting club than they've shown so far. And tonight, it really is out there to see.
It really is. The Avalanche double up what they did in period number 1, and they've got a 6-0 lead after 2 periods of play here at Ball Arena. You couldn't have asked for a better night, Pete.
Yeah, and again, it's spread out. That's what you love. It's one thing to have a great game from one line. It's another thing to have the defense jump in, your secondary scoring, your top line, everybody involved.
40 minutes of hockey complete here in Denver, and it's the Avs on top of Vancouver 6-0. You're watching Colorado Avalanche hockey on altitude. After the break, stay tuned. You've got Kyle, Riker, and JML, and here comes the Toyota KeyBank. Score Avs gear when you bank with KeyBank. Visit key.com/avalanche to learn more. King Soopers, fresh for everyone. And by Quitline. Quit your way. Avalanche with a 6-0 lead as we get ready for period number 3 here at Ball Arena with Peter McNabb. I'm Mark Mosier, and a beautiful look at the arena. Here's Yaroslav Halak, who's come in to take over between the pipes for Vancouver in period number 3. The aged veteran appearing in his 543rd career game. Thatcher Demko gave up 6, but it feels like it could have been 10.
Yeah, he absolutely can't be faulted. But Halak comes in, 36 years old, Moses, as you mentioned, the veteran, comes over from the Boston Bruins, signs as a free agent to be that guy behind Demko.
Here we go with period number 3 as the Canucks win the draw. And here are the Geico stats for bundling made easy. Go to geico.com. Gerard two-hand chopped that one with a backhand out of the zone. Canucks sent it in, but here's EJ. Out of Gerard. Center ice, Nazem Kadri works it in. That pass is Nichushkin. He had parked himself just inside the blue line. Now they're announcing that Yaroslav Halak is between the pipes for the Canucks. Rathbone weaves his way around. Sends that puck rink wide for Horvat, and he'll dump it in and make a change. Top line coming on for Jared Bednar. As Taves works it behind the cage. Devon Taves with an assist earlier and then a goal before the end of period number 2. His parents are here tonight. The Avs are offside, bringing it in. All right, let's take a look at tonight's Ball Recycle Reel highlights.
Well, Moshe, one of the things, we're watching number 25, Logan O'Connor, for the Colorado Avalanche. And just for me personally, there's nothing more exciting than see a guy emerge. You know, last year he played hard, he gave the Avalanche energy, but you weren't sure where he fit. Now, he's a top 9 forward, Moshe. He kills penalties, he's got great speed, he is on the puck all the time. And as we showed you, he was leading the team in shots on goal. And if he could just start to get a little more consistently offensively, numbers, it's going to be a great, just a great coming out.
Score by Vancouver. The redirect goes off the crossbar, then it's put home by Hoglander, and Vancouver breaks the drought. It's now a 6-1 game.
Well, for the Vancouver Canucks, they've got a couple of more road games on this 3-game road trip. And, you don't want to get shut out in that first one. And, after that first period with the Avalanche, they absolutely dominated that first period. Second period was a little more even though the Avalanche outscored them 3-0. So they want to, keep going. And for the Avalanche, Marsh, you do not want to get into any bad habits at all.
We might have just seen one right there. Compher.
Yep.
He was going to have control of the puck, and he just chipped it off the boards, but right to Vancouver. And we talked about his opportunity tonight. It was a great start to the season as Tyson Jost just took a big hit. The puck goes through him and up and out of the zone, checking his parts. But if you're Jared Bednar, it's a 6-1 game, but you don't want to be turning the puck over in your own zone on a play where you had the puck on your stick and you just sort of chipped it off the boards and gave it right to the Canucks for a scoring chance.
Yeah, and for the Avalanche, last year, top 3 defensively in the league? And number 1 as far as fewer shots on goal allowed in a game, and those things just haven't been there this year. So you want to get back to all of that.
Pushed up the boards. Long dish toward the front of the net. Missed everything, and Sherwood couldn't quite catch up. Bailey sends it to the low slot. Avs take it away. Cale Makar collected himself off the ice. Finds that red line, and in it goes. It's about building on the positive habits that you need. Loose puck, backhanded, and a save by Halak as Helm was looking for his second of the night.
It was really interesting a couple days ago. Not yesterday, but the day before, watching the Avalanche put the lines together without McKinnon. And this fourth line has a lot of energy. And Helm, he gets a goal tonight. Magna drew the first penalty that led to the Avalanche getting the first power play goal. This is a pretty solid fourth line.
Kiefer Sherwood has plenty of experience in the National Hockey League. Canucks are in with Todd Colson. That was in the net. Zone out of the near side. Puck is loose, down low. Avs poke at it. Burakovsky's had a quiet night. He's able to get it out. Connor Garland had it chopped away by Burakovsky, and it steered back to Hughes. Avs out shooting Canucks 27-14. The 6 goals tonight for the Avs were a season high. 11 different players have recorded a point on the night. Myers, break wide to Hughes, set down deep, and it's off the end of Kemper's catching glove. Battery turned it off his stick, but it's kept in at the blue line momentarily, and out it comes. JT Miller gives it up. It's sent ahead for Pearson. High slot, Miller with a shot, and a blocker save there by Kemper. It did not go off the screen, hit the high glass, and here's JT. Compher down the right wing. Avs are on side, and he's cut off. Shot behind the net for Landeskog. Wants to give it back for Compher. He'll go retrieve that puck himself, will the captain. Rantanen lost his stick. That comes to EJ in town of the zone, who was bouncing on it. Barry Johnson with a pirouette move. Here he comes in again, and the Avs are offside as Mikko stepped in just a moment too soon. Score $100 in a Colorado Avalanche jersey when you open a qualified KeyBank checking account by December 31st. Visit KeyBank branch or go to keybank.com/avalanche.
Moj, 11 games. Could we have asked for any more from Erik Johnson? There was questions about, is he going to come back? Are they going to buy him out? What is the situation with Erik Johnson? He comes back and starts the season, and he has been in every game and just rock solid for the Avalanche. It has been a great start.
Has 4 hits on the night. That's 27 on the season. Tops on the Avalanche. And he's been that guy. And again, his role has changed over the years. Pettersson weaves his way in. Track down the loose puck, sends it right through the crease. Off the stick, might have been tipped with a high stick. They don't call it. Besser and joust behind the net. Out of the pile comes Jack Johnson. He flips that puck up and out. But again, his role has changed over the years, Eric Johnson's. But he's adapted, and he's finally healthy, and he looks so good.
14 months, Moshe, away from the game. And you come back and you play like he's playing right now. I mean, literally hasn't missed a beat.
He's highly motivated, Pete.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron Helm takes over for the Avs, finds that red line, and back in it goes to the Vancouver end. Ekman Larsson will steal it off for Burrows. He throws it up the boards. Canucks come away with it. Outlet pass finds Bailey. He'll hustle his way in, shoots, and a glove save by Darcy Kemper.
It's interesting watching this guy Bailey. Can he skate? Goodness gracious. He was a gentleman that beat McCarr into the zone to get the puck. I mean, he was just coming down that right side, and again, this Vancouver Canuck club is really an interesting club. When I watch them, you know, I can't figure out why they can't score. That's the one thing, because you look at all the talent that Coach Green's team has got, and it must be really frustrating, especially that power play unit.
High hopes for Vancouver a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they've only made the playoffs once the last 7 years. They were last in that North Division last year. They missed the playoffs by 9 points.
Yeah, it was a disappointing year overall. Brought in by Nichushkin. Wants to cough it up for Girard and does. Kadri, bottom of the circle, can't twist his way away from Burrows. And a good defensive play by the Canucks. There's been certainly a lot of roster turnover. Horvat touches that one. It's wide. Icing, yeah, they call it late. It's time for the Dell Technologies control. As we look at Devon Toews.
Moshe, you look at that. It's at the bottom of the list, and you don't really look at it, but he's +2. Moshe, he was +1 last game. He was +29 last year. Best amongst defensemen in the National Hockey League, second only to teammate Mikko Rantanen. And he just keeps racking up the pluses.
What a terrific job by Toews in his time back. And I think, again, when the Avs traded for him, because he played for the Islanders, and he was a late bloomer for New York, I'm not sure that Avs fans truly knew what they were getting. But the Avs certainly did right before the season began.
Did you know what they were getting?
I knew they were getting a good player. I didn't know they were getting that good of a player.
I was going to say, I knew he was, you know, another very good Islander defenseman. I had no idea he was that good.
Myers got loose and shoots, saved by Kemper. Tanner Pearson has Jack Johnson all over it. Physicality starting to pick up a little bit. Avs can't clear the zone. That's chopped over the top of the net. Kareem's high off the glass, and EJ is there. He'll flip that puck up and out, and the Avs can get their change as it'll roll down to the front for Halak. Banged back ahead by the Vancouver netminder. Hoglander, the only goal scored for Vancouver here in the third. Gave it up. That's off Pearson and in. There is Toews. Finds McCarr at the red line. In it goes. First one to it is Newhook. Alex Newhook again has been noticeable here tonight in his first game back from the Colorado Eagles. And that puck is deflected up over the glass and into the crowd. 13-19 to go here in period number 3. The Avs with a 6-1 lead over the Vancouver Canucks.
Third, and a special set of eyes on Devon Toews tonight. That would be his parents, who are seated next to me right now. And you drove 20 hours from British Columbia for this game, huh?
Yes, we did. To come see our grandchild too, so that was important for us too, right? So
that is outstanding. Did you do it all the way through? Did you stop somewhere?
we stopped in Montana overnight, and then we drove 8 hours the last day. We drove 14 hours the first day.
Well, he scored that bomb there at the end of the second. I'm sure you figured as long as we're going to make the trip, you better make our family name heard loud and clear.
Yes, that was very nice. At least he obliges us, so that was very nice to see.
Mom looks nervous watching the games. How do you watch it?
Oh, no problem. No problem. We've done this so many times. So.
I know, this is easy for you, huh?
Yes.
You like Denver? Does he like Denver?
Oh, he loves Denver.
Have a good trip here, and have a safe ride back home to British Columbia.
Thank you very much.
All right, back to you guys.
All right, Vic, thanks. Yeah, Devon Toews' parents, 20 hours to make their way down here. And again, you get to come see the grandchild.
I was going to say.
Bonus, yeah, hey, we've seen him play a million times. We've seen him score a million goals. We're okay.
You know, it's 20 hours. Just the grandchild. Oh, well, you know what? Let's go.
Folks, you want to come down and see a game? I don't know. See the baby? Let's go. Right. Yeah. We're gassing up the car right now as that puck goes over the glass and into the crowd. And there is Devon Toews, an assist and a goal tonight. His first 2 points of the season, and so valuable. There are his folks again. You saw him earlier, too, after the goal. Mom was pumping the fist and so happy.
Remember, I mean, last year he got traded, he signed a contract, he got married. I mean, he took a lot of multifaceted. Well, speaking of getting married, somebody I know decided to get involved in that world. Who would that be, Mosh?
Well, why not? You know, I figured.
Seriously, congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Through Ekman Larson it goes, taken by Sammy G, off the stick to the near side, chipped ahead, and Burakovsky's, he's got a 2-on-1 with Nichushkin. Andre is in and he shoots, save, rebound! It's over, skated by Nichushkin. It was ripped right through his skates. Back to the Avs zone, here is Sammy G. Kadri lifts that one in, gloved by Halak, and he'll hold on. Pete, the married life is a good life, you know that.
You've been married a day.
And it's been the best day of my life.
You know, that's fantastic. Yeah, you know, married life, you know, the little woman, you know.
Andre Burakovsky, that last chance, coming off a 2-goal outing on Saturday against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Avs with a steal, but Mikko couldn't hang on, and he took a hit there from Miller. Oglander stripped, gets it back. Run at there by Comfer, and the puck is loose. Up top, Myers walks the line and shoots. Saved by Kemper. Through traffic, he was able to locate it. Went out of his glove. He's looking at the referee. Avs have control. Banged up for JT. Stares down Hughes. Avs getting a partial change. Onto the ice comes Jost. He's got it. To the dot. Jost way deep in the zone. Couldn't get the wraparound. On the backhand up top, and long shot by Jake Johnson. Tipped wide by Comfer. Smothered at the post by Halak, and he'll hold on. So the Avs keep digging, looking for that 7th goal of the contest as Yaroslav Halak has taken over here in the 3rd.
As we watch this work by the Colorado Avalanche, and again, the lines being put together, they've had a chance. The defense with losing Bo Byram in the first period drives me crazy. You know, inside of a game like this, you lose somebody that valuable, but the lines have worked well in tonight's game.
Everybody's given a little something. Again, 11 different players with a point here tonight for this Avalanche squad. Canucks will win this draw. It's pushed off for Pullman. Now Bailey shows that speed down the right wing in front of the penalty boxes and dumps it in, gives chase. Eric Johnson overskated it. Taken now by Toews. Head up, fires it rink wide, too far in front of Eric Johnson. Walk bangs it to Pullman. Rathbone sweeps it up to his own blue line. Bailey with a long slap shot. That's wide of the net. Now Logan O'Connor chops at it. New hook. Couldn't carry it up and out of the zone. Canucks will get a change. Avs settle things down. Ripped off for Toews, and he'll lob that puck high in the air to the Vancouver end. We'll see plenty, I'm sure, of this Megna line here as this 3rd period wears on. Megna couldn't control. Halak threw it off of Megna. Yaroslav Halak, only his 4th appearance this season. He's very active with that puck so far. Megna at the point.
But you like how the Avalanche are working. You know, they're up 6-1, and you're watching every shift out there. They're on the puck. They're keeping the puck in the zone. They're working down low. They're supporting the defensemen. They're making some really good defensive plays.
Bang back to the Avalanche end. Sammy G is there, and it's an icing call as he outraged Besser to the dot. And then in the corner, Kiefer Sherwood took a hit, and a penalty is coming up on the Vancouver Canucks. Hey, Berg Simpson reminds you that when the game is on the line, call 303-790-2525. Berg Simpson, good lawyers, changing lives. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, the Avs will be on the power play as Kiefer Sherwood absorbed a big hit in the Vancouver end. Avs with a 6-1 lead, looking to tack on.
Thought it was a hit. It was a high stick, and Pullman's trying to pretend like as he turns, he doesn't see Sherwood. Now watch the play. Watch the stick of Pullman right there. There's the hit by Sherwood. Now watch the stick. He comes, he sees, and he comes right across.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I mean, right across the side of the head. I mean, Mosh, his momentum was not going that way.
Kiefer Sherwood appears to be okay. He's on the Avalanche bench, but you can't swing your stick and bash a guy in the side of it. This has got to be a major. It may be a game.
I mean, they're certainly looking at it, but watch the follow through. It's the follow through, like right there. The stick's not even involved, and then it comes across and bang! Wow. I mean, he just gives a nice. I mean
Yeah, they're talking about it on the near side. What's this going to end up being? Again, the referees here tonight are Gord Dwyer and Chris Schlenker. And they're still discussing it with Toronto.
Well, I mean, it's one thing when it comes around as an accident, but that did not appear to be an accident.
Here we go.
After video review, it was determined we have a match penalty on the play. Vancouver number 5. 5-minute major penalty, match penalty.
I mean, you know, and again, you hit the guy in the side of the helmet. All right, but you have no clue. If Sherwood turns his head at all, that's catching him right in the face.
So a match penalty has been assessed to Tucker Pullman. Let's take a look at it one more time.
And again, it's players know where their stick is. He wasn't even involved, and he comes and he just clocks.
Well, you can't. You just can't do that. So that's a 2, 5, and 10 for Pullman. Actually, it's 5 and 10. I'm sorry.
5 and 10, yep. But it's the match, so.
He got a game, so he's on his way to the showers right now. Just positive news that Kiefer Sherwood is okay. Avs lost Bowen Byram late in period number 1 after an elbow to the face from Bo Horvat.
You know, this would seem, Moj, like an unimportant time, whatever term you're supposed to use. But for the Avalanche and the way their power play has not been working, this is an opportunity. You don't want to think like you're pouring it on, but you have an opportunity to, you know, work on the things, the little drop pass, the movement of the puck in the zone, all of these things. If we happen to score a couple of goals, you know, that's fun.
Brought in by Comfort, poke check away by Bailey. On him is McCarr. Bailey staying with the play with the Avs strip in. So we'll see what the Avs can do here. Again, they're 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Scored on their first opportunity in period 1. And here they come on the breakout. Pullman did take a minor just a short time ago. JT Conklin whips that puck around for Landeskog, the captain. Avs finally set up in the Vancouver zone. The far side, JT. Top unit out for Jared Bednar. Kicked up top, now steered to the near side for Burakovsky. Up top, McCarr. A shimmy move and a shot off the post. That's a rocket of a wrist shot from Cale McCarr. Burakovsky down low. JT trying to settle that puck down. It's kicked away. Mikko Rantanen, that's his favorite spot on the far side. Gets it back into the circle. Rantanen shoots, save, rebound, score! JT Compher out of midair. It might have gone off the shaft of his stick. It's a power play goal. The Avs have taken a 7-1 lead on Compher's 6th, and they still got 3 minutes and 32 seconds on the major penalty to eat a little bit more.
Moshe, if you had said to me after 11 games, who's going to lead the Avalanche in goals? I don't think JT Compher would have been. There's the post right there, but Compher in front. Great hands right here. Puck comes back, and he bats it out of midair. I mean, just right there. Boom. And now he's got a couple of power play goals, short-handed goals, regular strength goal. You know, and he's filling in for Nathan MacKinnon. He's going to get a good long look because Nathan MacKinnon's going to be out for 9-10 games if it is 3 weeks that he's out. So now he's got a goal and an assist in tonight's game.
Here we go. 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go on the major penalties. It finds Girard. He's on the move. Second unit on for Bednar. Slingshot finds Kadri. Across the red line and in. Kadri through traffic, shoots and is saved by Halak. And he'll hold on to bring the face-off in the Vancouver end. So it's Compher from Rantanen and McCarr. For Mikko Rantanen, it's a 3-point night. For Cale McCarr, it is a 2-point night so far.
And again, it's, you know, it's 6-1. Okay, you make it 7-1. But it's about confidence. You're going into a game against San Jose, and again, in a couple of nights, the confidence you want to keep going.
Draw in the near circle. Nas and Kadri will lean in. Squaring off is Miller. Linesman taking his time. Tipped off for Myers. Sends that puck all the way down the ice. And it's about, again, Pete, as you talked about, it's not about the outcome of this game. It's about establishing habits, establishing the way you want to play the game going forward.
Yeah, and I think that was really shown by the way the Avalanche kept forechecking and going to the puck. You know, when they were ahead 6-1.
Yep, Alex Newell couldn't corral that one. Canucks cleared all the way down. These two teams will face off in Vancouver next week. It'll be the Avs' only appearance in British Columbia this season. Now that we have 32 teams, things have changed up just a little bit as Girard steers it out of the zone. Fired up for Girard. Turns it ahead. Logan O'Connor coming onto the ice now. We have a third power play unit on for Jared Bednar. We'll see who takes what spot.
No, but see, this is where Coach Bednar is doing it the right way. You get your power play unit out there, then you get your second power play unit out there. You get one, but you don't push it now. I mean, you know, this is that kind of, okay, we're up, we know what we're doing. Let's just give some other people a power play opportunity.
Here comes Eric Johnson ahead, looking for McCarr, who takes a hit trying to get in the zone. O'Connor had it chipped away by Dickinson. Burrows is there. He's got all kinds of room to escape behind his cage and gives it up. Hughes finds the glass and down it goes. Eric Johnson, when he first became a Colorado Avalanche, used to run the power play. And again, we talked about his role changing, but he's still adept at it. Down the boards for McCarr. Kale, centering pass, tipped away. Johnson with a shot, save by Demko. It went off a stick. Tyson Jost for Johnson. EJ swings it. McCarr is in, shoots, and it's deflected away by Ekman-Larsson. Oliver Ekman-Larsson has had a quiet night tonight for the Vancouver Canucks. Less than a minute to go in the major on Pullman. Rantanen back out as part of the top unit, flopped into the corner. Mikko swings it up to the point. Taves awaits. Steer to the near side. Burakovsky is there, and a stoppage and play, and a penalty coming up on a cross-check. It's going to be on Mikko Rantanen. All right, here's the upcoming schedule presented by All Coffee Products. Saturday, the Avs back in action. They'll host the upstart San Jose Sharks on Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Don't miss a minute of the action. We want to urge fans to arrive at least 30 minutes prior to game time, as the arena is now requiring proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test to enter the games. So lines are maybe a little bit longer than expected. For more information, go to ColoradoAvalanche.com.
And Mosh, far upper corner, watch Mikko Rantanen. Every once in a while, he just gets a little angry. That was interesting, you know. He just, he's so strong, you know. But what's up with California? Last year they were, I believe, like minus 25 as far as plus minus wins and losses of the three of them together. They came into tonight plus 8. I mean,
I didn't see what the Kings finished at in Ottawa.
They won.
You're kidding. It's 7 in a row?
It's 7 in a row, but Ottawa had 8 guys out of COVID.
Yeah, sure did. Deflected into the screen. Faceoff will stay in the Vancouver zone as we have 21 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. We'll take a timeout. Avs in full command. On top of the Canucks by a score of 7-1. Game with girls hockey night on November 22nd when the Avalanche host the Ottawa Senators. The Colorado Amateur Hockey Association will provide 2 complimentary tickets to the game for girls interested in learning more about hockey while supplies last. So just go to co.hockey for more information. That's always a fun night. We have a special national anthem singer that night. Special guest. I won't give it away quite yet, but it'll be a great night. So go ahead and go to co.hockey while supplies last. So here are still in the 4-on-4. Canucks get off to Myers. Final 10 seconds of the 4-on-4, and then the Canucks will be on the power play. It'll be their 3rd of the night. Hughes carries ahead himself. Horvat right up the middle. Horvat to the slot. Couldn't dangle around Jack Johnson. EJ Steers it out. Right back in is Pettersson. Couldn't give it up. Taken away by the Canucks again. Tipped up top for Hughes and a long shot saved by Darcy Kemper. We talked about some of the young stars on Vancouver. Horvat, Pettersson.
Moj,
There's one for the Avalanche, Sammy Girard.
I was waiting for this game. For Sam Girard, he had coming into the night, played 8 games. He was a -7. He had not had a plus night. And that's not Sam Girard. That's not the, how he played. Now, he did take that couple of tough hits on that road, missed a couple of games. Big hits. Tonight, 2 assists plus 3. Now, this is what we expect. And, this is when that Avalanche defensive core really comes together, when they're all playing like this.
Up top of 2. One-timer by Miller. Misses the net, hit the screen. Yeah, for Sammy G, he got it from Marchment in Florida. Yep. And then turned around 2 days later and got steamrolled by Steven Stamkos. No discipline on that from the National Hockey League.
But more importantly, he misses a couple of games. And then he gets back, and you can just see tonight, he is freewheeling, and he's really got his game going.
Yeah, feels good now. And let's be honest, they need him because they're already missing now Bowen Byram into the slot shot. Save Kemper. Good read. And he got it right in the chest. Just take a look back to the game against the Tampa Bay Lightning as Sammy G was in his own zone.
He's going back, and he turns, and he gets his head driven into the boards right there. Boom. And I'm always motion. And you can see how mad. I mean, he knew that there was everything wasn't great. And I'm always amazed though how these guys get back up and just. The boards are hard.
Yeah, they are. Pettersson lays it down deep. It's bumped toward Horvat. Avs get a stick on it. Down it comes. Final 30 seconds of the Renton minor penalty for cross-checking. Nico with a 3-point night. Good poke check on Miller by the Avs, but the Canucks retain possession. It's Hughes. When Hughes into the corner, kicks it back for Pettersson. Set down deep, intended for Besser, and the Avs steer it out. Nice play by JT Compher.
If you're trying to quiet down guys on the Vancouver Canucks, Pettersson and Hughes, the Avs have done a terrific job.
They really have. I mean, we featured the best players for Vancouver. Rantanen's out of the box. Miller jams it back far side. Good play there by Cale Makar. To the red line he goes, and into the Vancouver end it goes. Mikko with fresh legs. Chugging after it. Ekman Larsson meets him. Puck is loose. They're at the circle. Avs poke at it. Trying to get it back. Good play by Megna. He's got it on the forehand. Now stick handles behind the net through Ekman Larsson. Megna lost the handle on it. Pokes it away again. Mikko into the far circle. Down in front. He couldn't find Nichushkin. Connor Garland will lob it to the Avalanche end. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this one. The Avs with a 7-1 lead. Johnson with a pool cue. Makar flips it to the near side for O'Connor. It's sent ahead. Stolen away as Helm could have had a one-on-one situation. Kemper to Jack Johnson. Trying to spin away from Poulsen. Now here comes O'Connor. Flips it up through Burrows. Not get it deep though into the Vancouver end. Chopped away at center ice. Here's Helm to rip it right back in. Into the circle. Todd Colson up to the point. Girard couldn't hang on to that one. O'Connor got a stick on it. We were talking about Logan earlier, one of our features. And of course, he's also a DU guy. So you know that he's a
smart son of a gun.
Smart hockey player.
Articulate.
Smothered by Darcy Kemper. Well, coming up on Monday, a special night for former Colorado Avalanche Jerome McGinley. I mean, look at that crowd going in. Headed to the Hockey Hall of Fame.
17 months they've been waiting. Lanny McDonald is in. Finally gets the new kids in the block. Jerome McGinley joins it. And boy, you talk about a deserving guy. To me, when you see Jerome McGinley, what do you remember?
Just a professional, just a total pro, obviously, and a great hockey player.
No, not me. I remember Foot and McGinley going into the corner.
That's what you're talking about.
Toe to toe.
Back in his Calgary days.
Angry hockey, man.
I thought you meant as a Colorado Avalanche. I mean, he was terrific. Scored his 600th goal in a Colorado Avalanche sweater, Pete. Up to the point, Taves pokes at it. New hook, steers it off. Jost with a shot that missed the net. But what a terrific night for all of the new members of the Hockey Hall of Fame and former Colorado Avalanche Jerome Iginla. Steered to the side of the net. Halak wants to smother it with now 57.7 seconds left. And let's take a look back at some of the best highlights of Iginla in the Colorado Avalanche sweater.
Maybe one of the top 5 true power forwards. When I'm talking about most goals, assists, points, toughness. I mean, I can remember talking to guys that got, you know, that got punched by Iginla. It was a nasty feeling. And even in his time with the Avalanche, when maybe things weren't going very well, when he looked at you, I saw more guys break their neck to look away.
Oh yeah,
just they wanted no part of Jerome Iginla.
You remember the time in Ottawa, and the linesman would not let him and Dion Phaneuf go.
Yeah.
And I just about lost it. I mean, I think every human being on the planet kind of wanted to see, well, any hockey fan wanted to see that one happen. And the linesman just said, no, it's not going to happen. Centering pass by Nichushkin comes to EJ. A sidestep and a shot that goes off of Dickinson. To the side of the net, Halak's on his backside, swimming around. Canucks finally take control of that puck. We're down to the final 10 seconds at Ball Arena. Avs come back to start a little mini homestand, and what a terrific night without Nathan MacKinnon. This Colorado Avalanche team comes home and beats the Vancouver Canucks by a final score of 7-1. Darcy Kuemper gives up 1 goal on 22 shots. And how about Gabe Landeskog? His first game-winning goal of the season, 39th of his career as he passes Peter Forsberg for 6th place in franchise history.
Moj, 99.9% perfect night for the Avalanche. Everything, you know, we would like to have a shout-out, obviously, but the Bo Byram hit will be the one thing that we'll be watching.
Yeah, and you certainly hope that Bo is going to be okay, that maybe they look at him and say, hey, you know what, we've got a 3-0 lead.
Exactly.
No need to put you back out there. You hope it's not an elongated thing because you were just getting fully healthy. You lost Nathan MacKinnon, and you would hate to lose Bowen Byram, who's now got 9 points this season. They kick it off for the Colorado Avalanche. As the team exits the ice, Darcy Kuemper, the terrific performance. Not a ton of work, but made some good saves. And that's just the way you want to draw it up. Tons of goal support, and don't make your goalie overwork out there on the ice. Avs with a 7-1 win. We'll send it down to Alan Roach for tonight's 3 stars of the game.
Time now for tonight's 3 stars of the game as selected by our Colorado Hockey Coach of the Game, Bill Janowski from the Highland Hills Hockey Association. Tonight's 3rd star from the Avalanche with 3 points in the game tonight, number 96, Mikko Rantanen. Tonight's 2nd star from the Avalanche with a goal and an assist, number 7, Devon Toews. And tonight's 1st star tonight with a goal and an assist, number 25, Logan O'Connor. Our number 1 star is with Altitude TV's Vic Lombardi.
Logan, I just asked you the question. Why don't you answer it for everybody? Is that your first star?
I think so. I'm actually not too sure, though, so we'll see.
I guess the question most fans have, what took so long to see that kind of explosion out of this team tonight?
I know we've definitely been grinding a lot. You know, we did a lot of video this past week, and we wanted to get back to those details. And being back at home is awesome with the great fans, so it was nice to get the win in front of them.
You had a great second period. You scored a goal, and then you assisted on that shorty. I think the rules of place, you score on a shorty, you usually win a game, don't you?
It definitely helps for sure. Our penalty kill and power play are really good tonight, so special teams is a big factor. I don't think we've been good enough in that area prior to, so it's nice to come out hot there.
Peter McNabb tells me you're the smartest DU player since a fellow named Peter McNabb. Is that true?
Ooh, that's high standards, so I like it.
Congratulations, Logan O'Connor.
And there is Vic Lombardi downstairs with our #1 star, Logan O'Connor, as the Avs knock off the Vancouver Canucks by a final score of 7-1. Hey, make sure you join us again on Saturday night where the Avs play host to the San Jose Sharks. We'll have complete coverage for you beginning at 6:30 Mountain Time, and it's a game that you don't want to miss, a special Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Now, stay tuned. When we come back from break, it'll be the Avalanche Locker Room Report with Kyle, Mark, myself, Pete, Vic, and everybody else. Don't go anywhere.